Hi, this is Nikki Woods, and we are going beyond the studio with Miss Mariah Huq, who is the co-creator and producer plus star of Married to Medicine. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for having me, Nikki.
You are welcome. You got a lot going on. You're also founder and CEO of the Mariah Media Group and the COO of Jewel and Gem, a multicultural children's home decor and sleepwear company.
Yes, I am.
You're a mom, you're a wife, you are doing it all. And so
I think most women are trying to juggle everything.
No, that's definitely true. Married to Medicine airs Sundays on Bravo, and yeah, I watch it, and I'm into the reality TV shows, and I spoke to Candy Burris, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, not too long ago, and I guess my big question is do you know about the drama going into it? Did you know there was going to be all of this going on?
Well, honestly, I think that going into something like this, you have to expect that there's going to be drama. Mm-hmm. Anytime you have 6 women, whether they're doctors or housewives, I think that you get drama. Now, me, myself, I did not expect the drama to be as heavy as it has been for my family.
Because this past Sunday, I mean, it really got ugly. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what led up to that and why it got so intense?
Well, let me just start by saying that I'm sorry for my actions on Sunday. It's not something that I'm proud of, and that's not what I, aim to do when I initiated this project. So I'm definitely sorry for my role in what took place on Sunday. But what happened was basically, I think people should have boundaries. And for me, I mean, everyone has an Achilles heel, and mine's is my family, specifically my kids. So I was just taken back by some of the things that have been said and done towards my family and my daughter. We hadn't really talked to her about my husband adopting her, even though, some people may have speculated about it. It's not something that we had confirmed or denied out of respect for her, because we were working up to telling her. So for one of my friends, castmates, friends,
right,
confidants, to divulge that and say that they did it in private in front of millions of people, I was taken back. I was, and I wasn't prepared to deal with that this way.
Right. So did you ever get to a point in the interaction, because it was Tanya, right? That's
Toya. Yeah,
Tonya,
it was Toya.
I'm sorry. Did you ever get to a point where you were just like, okay, I just need to walk away because this is really going to get...
Oh, I was at that point when I got there. And it's so funny because I've seen what a lot of people have been saying about it. First of all, let me just say, I was not drunk. I was not tipsy. As a matter of fact, because I knew I had to go there and face her, my mom was, the first thing she said is, you don't have anything to drink. You go there, you smile, and just put your game face on. Right. And that's what I did. I may have overcompensated, but, by being so nice to people and, being energetic and enthusiastic. But I don't know.
So
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but now looking back, now that it's done, and, like you said, millions of people have seen this, what's going to be the next steps for you and for your castmates, and how you all are going to reconcile?
Well, I'll tell you, even though we filmed the show, 5 months ago,
right,
we had to relive it. I know for me and my family, we had to relive it and deal with the consequences of even some kids seeing it and saying something to our daughter in school. So I think that it's a process. It really truly is. And I don't know, I guess we have to see in future episodes what happened, but right, I can tell you that this was very real, and it was a very hard thing to deal with on national TV. It was.
Did you know in the moment that it was as bad as it was?
I did. I really truly didn't, because the reason why, like, my mom said something to her, I think she was projecting. My mother was projecting, and she was wrong. She shouldn't have said anything to Toya, but that's my mother. I love her. She's crazy about her grandkids, and that's just how she is. But I did not know the magnitude of the issue, and as a matter of fact, we felt like she had leaked the information to make this my storyline. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, that's the reason why we didn't go to the party and address it, because because we wanted to just shut it down.
Right.
And so we attempted to do that. I tried to avoid her as much as possible. And I just did not want things to get that way. But you have to understand that at some point I felt like I was protecting myself. That's how, I mean, once she touched my hair, I touched her hair. And once she threw the drink on me, I just, it just took me to another place. And I'm embarrassed and humiliated by it. That's just not who I am. And that's not what I wanted people to see of me and my family.
So now, and as you said, you taped this like 5 months ago. So now, what is the relationship like between you and her, or is there one?
There's not. There's not. I believe when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. So
you move on. Is there?
Yeah, I think so. And you know what? I adore her children. She's a beautiful family, and I wish them all the best of luck. But I just, my husband and I just don't feel as though, we're just keeping it moving.
What did your husband say about it?
I think he was disappointed, but he was so supportive. My in-laws were probably the most supportive out of everybody, which I was really shocked because they were hurt by this too. Because it had always been a big deal of how we tell my daughter and, and
right.
how she's going to deal with it emotionally and that kind of thing. So it had been something we had been discussing and working up to that we wanted to do before the show aired anyway, but it just put us in a position where we didn't have that control, and that's what was the tough part. My husband he was really disappointed. He was disappointed that he was just as hurt as I was, honestly. He was mad at me for fighting, of course, but he got over that.
I was going to say, how did that conversation go?
You'll see that on Sunday. It wasn't as bad as I would have expected, though, honestly.
Right.
My husband, he's born in Bangladesh, but he grew up in Patterson, New Jersey, so he's seen much worse, in his words.
Gotcha. So, and how is your daughter dealing with it?
I think, one day at a time, she's doing pretty good. I think she's doing well considering she's 8 years old. So she's doing well.
So what about season 2? Are you going to bring back Married to Medicine?
Well, I don't know. I think that depends on the viewers.
Right.
Right now we're doing great. People seem to be interested in it, and hopefully we'll be back with a bang if people like our stories.
All right. So, and I meant to ask you, how did the whole thing come about? I mean, you're co-creator. How did you come up with the concept, and how hard was it to actually bring the project to TV? It's been a long process, but anything worth having is worth working for. I wanted to do this because I wanted to show a different slice of Atlanta. I wanted to show successful African American families, that are connected to the medical community. I feel like we live, work, and play with doctors, and I thought that it was an interesting and intriguing story to tell. So I came up with the concept. My background is journalism. I was a news anchor and a producer for the NBC affiliate in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So I just took those skill set and applied it to this with my writing, and I started pitching it, and it took me 4 years. I pitched to everybody from Stan Lathan to Russell Simmons, and ended up on the doorstep of Nate Green and Matt Anderson, and they gave it a shot. Well, good for you. Good for you. I mean, obviously life is a process, and there are always learning opportunities. It's just what you do with them that makes it count. So
you're absolutely right.
Yeah. So I'm proud of you that you've come out and that you're really, really trying to make this an opportunity, not only for you to grow, but for everybody to grow with you through it. So.
And see, you have to keep in mind just that, how hard I worked, the fact that I brought all these ladies on, these were my friends. This really is organic. And so I've never seen people come up against Shawnee O'Neal or, I just was not expecting. Not that I didn't expect to have any drama, I did, but I just would have never thought that I would have been dealing with this type of drama on this show. Right. So I thought that would be a respect, in a line that we just didn't cross. But I'm happy. I feel like you learn from your mistakes and just don't let history repeat itself.
All right. Married to the Medicine airs Sundays at 9, 8 Central on Bravo. Thank you, Mariah. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Nikki. You have a blessed day.
You